today to bring something new and different to you all. We've had kind of a hiatus from business after hours, and we wanted to get back to it. And so this format and this idea was born with some discussions, I think mainly between Laura and Gail. We don't know how it's going to work. We've got the right people assembled. We're really excited to bring it to you. And we hope that you have a little bit of fun and maybe learn some new fun things to use in your home whenever you're cooking dinner or cooking a meal coming up. We're going to have a food and beverage demonstration. Oh, here we go. What's that?
Business after hours.
Oh, business after hours. Okay. Thank you, Bernie. Bernie's my prop person tonight. We're going to have a food and beverage demonstration by Cisco, and I want to thank Cisco for helping us with this. It is a pretty big deal, and they'll be in their test kitchens demonstrating their cooking skills. Then we're going to break into small networking rooms and wrap up with a door prize drawing. You can ask any questions you want as we move along through the chat feature, if you know how the chat feature works, and I see most of you are muted, so please mute yourselves unless you are talking. So it's my pleasure. As many of you know, I'm Teresa Bonin, and I'm president of the St. Cloud Area Chamber of Commerce. We want to welcome you all once more, and I want to introduce you to our special guests from Cisco, and they're up there in the kitchen. You can see them. Steve Gall, who's the Director of Business Resources, and Patrick Zilla, the Restaurant Sales Consultant. Both of these gentlemen have extensive culinary background, and we're very excited to have them with us today in their demonstration kitchens. So it's very exciting to have you. And guys, I'm going to turn it over to you for you to do your magic now. Thank you very much.
Oh, we're supposed to do something? Well, welcome. My name is Steve Gall again. I'm Director of Business Resource here. You can kind of see in the background our test kitchen. This is a spot where we bring customers in if they're going to be starting a new concept, or if they want to change their menu or seasonal type menus. They sit down at the counter that we're at. Our chef prepares different ideas for them, and they make decisions, and we put all the analysis up on a TV over to the left so they can see what it'll cost, what they should sell it for, what their profit's going to be. So we do more than just prepare the food. We look at their profit and make sure that they're making money selling their items. So welcome. We're going to do two different segments. Patrick is going to do kind of some fruit cutting, and he's going to basically build a platter. And I'm going to get into seltzers. Seltzers are very big. As you know, if you go through the store, you see all kinds of seltzers that are flavored water, basically sparkling water. So that is what I'm going to cover, and we'll get started with Patrick.
Hello, everybody. I'm showing some neat different tips on how to cut up fruit when you're doing platters. There's some different styles that most chefs work with. One that I've always used in the restaurants over the years, it's just one of the quickest ways to peel a melon to get it cleaned up to make it work. Cut the tops off, real nice and flat. It's really fun, and then you take your knife and you just shave around the melon. Just kind of go around in little pieces. What that does is it speeds up your time, but then also makes it really easy to cut your melons to different slices. As we go through here, you can see how quick that is coming off. You're just shaving right around the top of the rind. Boom, down into the trash. It's really nice then to get the seeds out. Cut the melon in half. You got this nice and open. So of course you just take your knife, take your spoon, and just scrape out your innards. So nice and just ready to go. What's really nice is that it's nice thin slices. Go nice across, just right across. Boom, done. Half a melon already cut up. Take it, and then you just turn it out on the platter. That's just the start of the basis of how, making the platter, making different formats. And it's all kind of about art, what colors you want to play with. Different fruits, different melons, different berries, blackberries, blueberries, raspberries. One thing nice about the pineapple is that you can keep the top. You can use the top as almost as a background garnish. So you keep the top up there, and then some people do, even they'll throw raspberries on the cube tips here. But then with the pineapple, cut off the bottom. So you, of course, you have the top and the bottom. Same as the melon, just shave the outside. Get that outside rind off. So however you like. You don't have to be a chef to do this. It's just playing around with your knives. Key trick is having a sharp knife. That's what's really important. It cuts through nicer, doesn't crush the melons. It makes it really nice to just slice up the product. Now, take the core, cut your melon in half, and you can see the core here. I don't know if you can see in the video, but there's of course a stem right down the center. You can see the discoloration. You just want to do it. Just do a nice V-cut all the way down both sides, flip it around, fold out. So just a nice 2 little slips. That's the V-cut core. And then you just get it, just like the cantaloupe or the honeydew. Slice it, and then fan it. Brush it off, and as you're making nice platters. So this is something really easy to do, that if you have people coming over this summer, you know, nice little buffets, little platters. What's really nice is if you get broken chunks, kind of like what we got going on here, we can start making skewers for drinks. So like Steve is going to be making drinks. You can take some of the pieces of pineapple, take the strawberry I have here, it's blackberry, and then you can start making fruit skewers for different kind of cocktails or drinks that you can make. So as I continue here, with the cantaloupe, of course, just again, top and the bottom off, cut the rinds. Make sure you don't get your fingers. It does happen every once in a while. But pop that off, right down in the center. Opened up. It's a very nice cantaloupe.
Yeah.
Try some of this. So as I'm slicing it up, I put that on the other side of the honeydew. So I have a simple little fruit platter started, and then I took some strawberries and cut them in half. What's really nice is then you can start filling up some gaps, make some color, make some really fun little things that people can come grab. It's eye appealing. You can fill another side up with some raspberries. And you can take some blackberries as jack. Whoa, everywhere. Berries everywhere. Little blackberries. These aren't little. These are actually some of the biggest blackberries I've seen in a while. So some nice color. And then we have a zester here. It's a nice little tool. Anybody, a lot of places have these. You can definitely do a lot of fun things with these with this product. There's a deep channel zester, which gives you nice long citrus zest. What's great is you can use these in cocktails too. You can use these as garnishes for drinks. You can see here, I did an orange with all the kind of rings around it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do thin little orange rings. And we're going to use this as another garnish on the fruit platter. What we'll do is we'll cut them just a slight little slice open. We'll take it and just accent around however you feel, you know, wherever you like for it to throw some color, throw some smell. The aroma right now, the citrus coming off, especially in summertime, all, you know, just the flavors, especially people coming around, a lot of different opportunities. They're really simple, how quick to make a really nice fruit platter. As I got berry roll, really quick, really easy to do. It's just playing around, having fun in the kitchen. I taught my daughter how to do this. My 11-year-old at home knows how to use the knives, carve the melons up, kind of like what we do. She likes eating the thin sliced so that's what she likes to do. And I'm going to start making some garnishes for Steve. And then we're going to do some different seltzers. I'm going to take some melon balls and I'll show you some unique ways. So if you have a melon baller, These are really fun to use. These are really nice because you pull these out and you get a beautiful shaped melon ball. You probably see these at catering events, different things. But then again, that's a nice addition to a garnish that you can make for your beverages or whatever parties that you want to do or host. Yeah, just a real simple, real easy way to play around and just to make something that's simple food look really nice.
Thanks, thank you.
Yeah, and I'll keep making garnishes for you, Steve.
Perfect. I'm gonna swing this
He's
camera
gonna move the camera a little bit so we can see what he's working on. He definitely made some really interesting stuff for you all today.
I have to tell you,
So-
I've been cutting melon wrong for 40 years. 40 years. That was great.
Yes, we all have. You know, yeah, you know, you cut it into slices and then you're trying to get the knife around the rind and you miss half of it or you catch the rind and yeah, this is, well, we have a fruit and vegetable cutting facility in Minneapolis, and that's exactly the way they clean the fruit. And when you see these halves, we sell these poured halves bagged. And so that way, whoever, if it's a caterer or someone, they have this half ready to go, so they can dice it, they can slice it, but it really gives them a lot of opportunity. We also sell it in chunks, but then that takes away the ability to do a platter where you want to slice it. So these cores are something we sell a lot of in pineapple, in honeydew, and in cantaloupe. So.
And I don't buy pineapple specifically because I've never known how to clean the thing. So that I will buy a pineapple and give it a try. Thank you.
Yeah, yes.
It's really great, really easy to do. There's no way you can really mess it up. Kind of pour out, you know, that's the big key about it for that toughness, but really easy to play around and just try it out.
Yeah, and now there's going to be a run at Colburn's on pineapples.
Dennis is happy about that. I know he's on there.
So what I'm going to show you, I like I said, seltzers are really big. This is a way that you could set up like a seltzer bar. Again, with 4th of July coming and family coming around, you know, this is really a really simple way. And I'm going to show you the recipes that I'm going to send out after this, what I did, and you can get very creative that way. Or I'm going to show you ways that you can cheat a little bit and just have all the flavors that you want. So what I did first is I made up a syrup, and the syrup is, well, originally the recipe that I have that I'm going to share with you is mint and strawberries. But I had some blueberries, so I threw some blueberries in. So if you've ever made a syrup before or made a pie and you're making a base, it's really the same thing. So you throw your fruit in a saute pan, you throw in some sugar, honey. I use Trevia. This is a liquid sugar substitute, and this 1/8 of a teaspoon is 1 teaspoon of sugar, so very concentrated. So, or you can use, you know, packages. So if you wanted to go sugar-free, like I did with this, you could do that. The other one that I made is a Asian peach. Now, that sounds like, ooh, Asian peach, I gotta go to some Asian store to get that. Really, all it is they're just the dark peaches that are in every grocery store. You've got brown and you got red, and those are both Asian style. What makes them unique is they are more vine ripened than like a Bartlett. A Bartlett pear is they harvest it and then they let it fruit out. So the bricks in the fruit have to sit to generate what this would come as is. So that's why either the brown or the reds are really the ones that you want to use. The reason is the sugars are already in there, so you're not waiting on a Bartlett to sugar up for you. So in the recipe, it talks about taking this and squeezing it. I take recipes and change them. So I just took this just like I did my strawberries, and I took the skin off, I sliced it, and I put it into my saute pan. I put sugar and honey in there, and then it also has ginger in it. So I took some fresh ginger, sliced the ginger up, I put all that in there, and it also had a sprig of rosemary. So rosemary is kind of like blue cheese. You know, people either like rosemary or you don't. You like blue cheese or you don't. So, you know, you can put any kind of herb that you want into it. It also has some nutmeg. And so I just use dried nutmeg. But I just cooked this down for about 10 minutes, let everything just kind of mix together. I took the rosemary spear out, and then I put it in a food processor, blended it down. Because peaches, pineapple has a little bit of fiber to it, I didn't want to have all that fiber in my syrup. So you can see this is a very clear syrup. So what I did is I took it and I took a. Did you grab the screen back there? We have I guess everyone probably has them in their kitchen. It's just a screen colander, and so I put that over a bowl. And I put the mixture in there that I cooked down right after I processed it in the food processor, and just kind of pushed that in, and that dripped down, and that gave me my syrup. So you can use, this is a China cap. This is kind of more industrial style, but the one that you would have is just a little screen, little small colander, about that big, just has a screen on it. So, so that's, you know, to make the syrup. So that's kind of a big process. The way to cheat on it is to use any kind of coffee syrup. So you can buy these in the grocery store. You can buy them downstairs in our retail store. But I have some vanilla, raspberry. You can get all different. You can get strawberry. You can get peach. But what's nice about this, syrup all ready to go. You just put it in with your seltzer, and away you go. So, example is, this is Perrier. So this is a pineapple mango. This is 8 ounces, and this was $1 in this package. So it gives you an idea of the kind of money that they're getting for this product, and you can make it several different ways. So I have a simple just club soda. You can go to France, or France comes to us, Perrier. So Buffy, go get me a Perrier. So Perrier or Italian. So basically, it's charged water. So if you want to have the French and the Italian, but simple club soda works the same way. When I put it together, I like to put my ice in first. I usually fill it about 3/4 with ice. Then I'll use the syrup that I made. This is the strawberry mint. And about a tablespoon is plenty. And then I'll use, we're going to go Italian. So we're going to put some. And you can kind of taste it too. If you want to put, you could add a little more sugar. You could add a little more of the syrup. But, you know, there's your seltzer. So it's, you know, and then, well, now that we have seltzers, now we have, you know, the seltzers that are charged. So vodka. So, you know, vodka, gin, you know, so you can make your, you know, everyone's got seltzers. Bud Light's got seltzers. So, you know, you can simply just add a vodka, gin. If you like whiskey, you can surely add whiskey. You could add tequila if you wanted to, because it's a somewhat of a neutral base, because it's soda, it's water, and so it kind of gives you that.
Supercharged then? Do you call that supercharged when you put vodka in there? Is it called supercharged?
Yeah. Well, the R is just really tough. You know, we had to work on that vodka part of it. So, you know, it's tough job for us. So the I'll make another one with the peach. I got ice going everywhere here. So this is the peach. Again, you know, kind of a real simple syrup, but having the ginger in here is really interesting. And so when you're thinking about this, there's no real recipe. Whatever you like. If you like mint, if you like basil, you know, if you want to add that kind of flavor, add it. You know, if you, in the recipe I'm going to be sending out, I have it set up by you know, seasons of the year. So spring, summer, fall, and winter. So like spring is fresh strawberries, blackberries, blueberries, fresh thyme, mint, and lavender. So it'll give you kind of some things that you might want to look for it in those times of the year. But just get anything that you want, put it into a saucepan, and you know, add your sweetener. So if it's honey, you can use guava nectar if you want a different type of you know, sweetness to it instead of just raw sugar. But raw sugar works. But like I said, you know, the alternatives are good if someone you know has high blood sugar. They want to, you know, stay away from that. So a simple way to do that. So this one I'm just going to use the regular club soda. And one tip: open these ahead of time. And also keep them chilled before you start, because if you keep them chilled, they don't blow up any as bad. But yeah. And then color wise, I'm going to add a little bit more of this syrup just so I get a little more color to it. Usually it's about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons. And then, you know, on the garnish side of it, again, you know, in any kind of melon, what's great about this too, and as far as the melons, is doing the, you know, fruit skewers. So, you know, you do your melon balls, you grab all your different berries and create a whole platter of just, you know, melon and fruit sticks. So skewers. So really, that's kind of what we have. I don't know if we're kind of on time, about 20 minutes, I guess, but any questions?
Yeah, we can open it up for questions. I do have one that was in the chat that I noticed. Somebody asked, Patrick, how do you keep your knives so sharp?
It's all about keeping them clean, keeping them safe. Do not put your knives in drawers. Do not put your knives through dish machines. If you put your knives, even if it's a Chicago cutlery, any home knives, do not get the temperature hot. When you start heating up the blade of the metals from the hot dishwasher, that will actually weaken the metal. So that's one big key about that, is just really keeping it away from heat. Two, with the knives, you usually want a sharpening steel and a honing steel, or a diamond steel. That's one way to keep it really, really sharp. This one is a Japanese steel one I bought. It's just a wonderful, very, very sharp knife. It has the weight. I'm very careful with it. I don't let my kids use this one because I've gotten nicked a couple times on this one. So,
How much did you have to pay for that, Patrick?
I'm sorry?
How much did you have to pay for that one?
This one I bought off the Facebook advertising that was coming off through Christmas. So this one was buy one, get one free for $120.
Okay.
It actually came with a really nice wood box, and it kind of came with a certificate from Japan of who made the steel and who pressed it, but it's just a nice, you know, nice wood box. But it could be any knife.
German knives, even the knives that we sell downstairs in the retail store. You know, the difference is this is a forged knife, so it is forged all the way through, where a lot of knives are stamped. So what that means is the blade is all the way through the handle, it's the same thickness. And so that's a stamp knife. When you talk about a forged knife, it's harder to get a sharp blade back to it because it's very hard steel. But once you have a sharp blade on there, it stays longer. So that's really what you're looking for, is a forged style knife that, again, it's forged and it's not the same width all the way through. One way to cheat on that a little bit.
This is like another one. This would be a steel.
Yeah, so this would be, you can see it's just one blade all the way through into the handle. And again, these are the typical kind of restaurant knives because they're being abused in a restaurant. But as a chef, you typically have a set. So, you know, we all have our own set. I have I picked one up at Fleet Farm, but Smith has a really nice, several different sharpeners one small one that I have that I keep with my knives just to put a sharp, quick edge on them. But they have one that has a handle, and it has a coarse side and a finishing side, which kind of is like a white ceramic. And so that's really good. Matter of fact, I just sharpened some knives at home with that. And you can really clean the blade down with that coarse side and then finish it with the fine side. And those are, before you do anything, if you're going to cut melons or cut anything, just, quickly, clean that up. You want to grab that diamond steel back there? So with a diamond steel, that is, again, a way of, if you see a chef, typically if you're at a Easter buffet and you've got someone carving, occasionally they'll take the knife and they'll run it along this steel. And this is a diamond steel, so it has a little bit more bite to it, and you just run your knife across like that just to tune it up. This isn't going to sharpen it. It's just going to take some of the burrs off so that when you're carving, you're getting a nice consistent carve. So you need to put that good blade and that good sharpness to it. This is just tuning it up. So.
All right, we did have one other question. You maybe mentioned that this has happened to you before, Patrick, but have either of you ever cut yourself with the knives?
All right, see that thumb? It's a little shorter at the end. Yes. Matter of fact, and the worst time to do it. So this restaurant is opening up. I'm there to help their staff and help them get prepped and show them different techniques. And I'm like, oh, they're cutting red peppers up. I'm like, hey, let me show you how to do this better. And brand new knives just brought in. And matter of fact, they bought our good diamond knives, which are the forged knives. So very new, very sharp. And I'm like, wow, talking away and cutting away. And all of a sudden, the end of my thumb comes off and it's just sitting on the wow. Yeah. So and I'm in a little teeny town in Minnesota, so I have to go to the hardware store to get a Band-Aid. And we should have sold them a first aid kit, knowing I was coming probably. But so I had to bandage myself up and go back in and finish my day with them. But yeah, so yes.
Yeah, we definitely cut ourselves quite a bit. One of my worst ones was I was doing a whole prime rib, carving it, ready to get going for dinner service. It actually fell off the cutting board with the cutting board of the knife, and I went down to pick it up. Well, the carving knife went into my finger, and I was able to save the prime rib. I was able to save the prime rib. I got it back up on the counter. Thank God that my hand wasn't anywhere with the meats. But then after I removed put the cutting board back down with the prime rib still fell on the ground, and we just lost a $120 piece of meat before dinner service, and then I was on the way to the ER to get stitches that night. So it's all about slowing down, being cautious of what you're doing. Another thing with knives is if you're cutting onions and you're starting to get a lot of fumes and you're getting your eyes watering down from that sulfur smell, that's part of it being a dull knife. You really want a sharp knife to cut those cells. Those cells won't let much fumes and aroma out where your eyes then get agitated. So if you're cutting onions and you're crying all the time, check the sharpness of your knife. That will definitely help alleviate some of that intensity.
I have one other key question. How do you choose good fruit, especially cantaloupes, watermelons, honeydew, and then pineapple? How do you know a good pineapple?
Eeny, meeny, miny, moe.
Really? Okay.
No, I picked these melons out at Cashwise today just because we couldn't pull full cases out of our inventory because we don't break cases or single melons. When I go through I do a squish test. If you're really too firm, you know that they're going to be rock hard. There's a little bit of give. That's where I chosen this fruit. The smell is great. The flavor, the color is great. Now, if there's too much squish or there's soft spots, you know it's been sitting there for a while. It's getting bruised or it might have got too cold. If it might have been frozen in transportation, you'll see discolorations or softness or some different things coming through. So just honestly, it's just about the squish that I go off of.
With the pineapple, you're looking for that gold color to be coming out. So you've got, and pineapple has changed a lot. So what everyone has gone to is super sweet. So super sweet years ago, we were selling it to our restaurants because that was a better product. Well, everyone has now gone to super sweet just because it's a better and easier pineapple. So what you're looking for is, you still want to have some green in there, but you're looking for that gold color to come out in the pineapple. So that's going to give you that that look. And again, the melon's the same way. A cantaloupe will be very green when it's young, but that green color is going to not disappear, but it's going to brighten up a little bit. Yeah. So you're getting a very more of a yellow than a green color to it. So, and a lot of times it can be really tough in the store. I mean, all our fruit that we have come in, we try to time the aging of that. I mean, you talk about bananas in this building and avocados. I mean, you only have certain windows of time. And we have different zones in this building of temperature. So the tomatoes are in one temperature and the fresh herbs are in another temperature. The pineapples in another temperature. So we watch, that fruit here. A lot of the stores really don't have that opportunity. They get the pineapples in, they're getting them out there. So especially with the way things have been, distribution has been really tough. So it takes a little time to kind of pick through what you're looking for, but I think everyone's getting better at aging and getting those melons ready to go. So.
Great. We do have one quick question. Somebody was wondering if there's a certain onion that's better to use to avoid the tears, or is that just kind of across the board? It's unavoidable.
Yeah, an onion's an onion. Yeah.
Green onion, if you really just.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Green
okay.
onion.
And then we had another question here in the office. Just wondering if there's what were you looking for, Bernie? Where you're located, if there's a showroom where
Can we buy what you're selling today?
Yeah. So our retail store downstairs. So when you come, we're on Highway 10. You just pull into our campus here. To the left, when you pull in, is our processing facility. So that's where we cut steaks and chops and process, make burgers, fresh burgers over there. And then just to the right, when you come in, is the retail store. So the retail store, you can get the coffee syrups, to make the seltzers. We don't typically sell, the melons down there just because everything's sold by the case. Occasionally, in the bargain basement area, where I said we have a fruit and vegetable cutting facility, we'll have some product that will be starting to age out, and so best used by. So we'll pull that from our inventory and we'll put it in that bargain basement area. So it could be watermelon, it could be the diced cantaloupe, it could be lettuce, but you're going to have time on it. But again, we can't deliver that to our customer and give them 3 days or 4 days to use it. We need to get that to the customer and give them a week plus to use that product. So in the bargain basement area is really a great place to check out in the store to find things that we have aging on. It could be cottage cheese, but it's just anything that has some aging on it. Yogurt, anything that we just know that we're getting time on. So, but the retail store, we've got the syrups down there. It's open to the public. You don't have to have a membership. You just come in and buy restaurant quality food. So, and there's a lot of products that we have in that store that we make next door. So we have a shredded chicken barbecue that is awesome for like 4th of July. It's shredded chicken in a barbecue sauce ready to go. You throw it in a crock pot and it's awesome. So there are things like that that are really unique that we make here that you won't find anywhere else. So so I encourage you to check out the retail store and check it out.
There's a lot of
I have been in that retail store before. It's fabulous.
It's great. There's proteins, there's burgers, there's steaks. You'll find a variety of everything. There's even knives. You can even buy knives. There's different kitchen supplies. If you like big rolls of film or foil, I have those at home. They're like the best kitchen rolls, the 18 inchers that actually stick. That is available for anybody in the public to come grab. So there's a lot of fun chef inspired chef stuff that is just what's used in restaurants is now available to the public. And you'll definitely get the benefit from it.
And we're getting chats saying the shredded pork is excellent, so that's great.
Yeah.
Also, it's the best virtual business after hours we've ever had, so thank you all.
And I
Thank
can
you
put it
both.
in, I can put the food in my own dish and say it's mine for 4th of July, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I want to thank you two so much for joining us, and Cisco has been such a consistent and fabulous chamber member. We appreciate your membership so much. Yes, thanks so much for staying and filling us in on this.
Have a good meeting.
Now I know how to cut up a melon, and I'm excited about it.
Isn't that-
Freak my husband out the next time I start cutting a melon.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks
Oh.
so good.
I know, we can't eat it. That's the
good.
worst part.
Ah.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, thank you so
Cheers.
much.
Cheers to you all.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for your time today.
All
Thank
right.
you.
We're going to be breaking into some smaller group networking. I'm guessing will be about 7 minutes per breakout.
Roughly, yep.
Yeah, breakout. And you don't have to do anything. Laura's going to put you into groups, and then 7 minutes later, she'll move you out again. All you have to do is look at accept your pop-up box whenever it enters, and it'll come on your screen. Just accept it. And there will be a top hatter in each room to